Hello everyone, Daniel Yuck here. Thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Today we are going to be diving into an in-depth review. We will be taking an up-close look at this tattoo machine right here from CNC. This one is going to be called the WE Plus, as you can see, XWE. This is the XWE Plus, WE Plus. I will leave links in the description below so you can go ahead and check this out on your end. We're going to be unboxing it. We're going to be taking a look at all the contents. We're going to look at the machine up close. We're going to test out the performance and everything in between. Should you have any questions at any point throughout this video, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. I will do my best to assist you into the best possible direction. With that being said, let's just dive straight on into this. So one thing off the bat that I noticed is that the packaging is far different from the typical CNC boxes that I'm used to seeing. As you can see, there's two different boxes. Right here, we have a box that says tools on it with the letter X right there. This is the side right here. This is the backing. As you can see, this is a tool set. We will go ahead and unbox this and take a closer look at what's inside here. As you can see, this is the WE Plus box up close. It's actually a really cool packaging. I'm a big fan of this. CNC-WE Plus. Feels really good. As you can see, it's a heartfelt box. This is the back side. This is the weight right here. So very, very nice packaging. What I'm gonna do is open it up here. So let's open up the box here and then we will take a look at the tool set last. Now let's lift the hood and see what's inside. So as you can see, right off the top, we are greeted with a manual here that looks as though it's giving us important information on how the machine runs. And it's a rather thick manual. As you can see, it's a thicker paper here. It's not a cheap or, a flimsy manual. Let me actually place it back here so you can see. Feel free to pause the screen at any time so you can check this out on your end. As you can see, this is very, very similar, or if not, it is almost identical to the WE. However, this WE Plus is wireless, which is, to me, a big deal. We are going to take a look at the machine itself and the unit itself. However, as you can see, it's giving you instructions from disinfection to turning it on. It gives you more information about the pedal. We are going to be taking a close look at this here shortly as well, or actually, I will go ahead and read this myself and get more familiar with this on my end. On the screen here, feel free to pause at any time should you choose to want to read any of this right here, but just know that it does come with a in-depth user manual to get you very well acquainted with the machine. And as you can see, this is the machine itself. Allow me to bring it up close to the camera here. And then we do get a quality check pass right here. Very, very cool. So as you see right here, the body reminds me of the original WE. Now for me, I have a lot of experience with the WE and it's been a great machine. To me, I love the WE, so I'm very excited to try this one out. So as you can see though, for those who have tried the WE, this is almost the same grip right here. I can't be too sure if there's any differences. There could be. I do remember on the older version, there was a screw on the grip. On this one, there is not, as you can see. I'm gonna bring some more light this way. So it is gonna be for cartridges, needle cartridges. And you can see the depth there. And this is going to be magnetic. These are the two batteries right here. So that is the grip in comparison to the size of my hand. You can see it right there. And this is the battery. Now this right here is the battery that connects to the wireless pedal. So for me, this is ideal to have a wireless setup, but not only have a wireless setup, have the ability to stop the ongoing needle there whenever you want, just like you would as if you had a wire. So to me, that is amazing. I give CNC a pat on the back and a 2 thumbs up for this design. I'm very, very excited to try it with you all and give you all my honest opinion on this. But let me show you the battery real quick before we get carried away here. So this is the battery that sends a wireless signal to the pedal and back and forth. And this is what would stop your machine upon using it. That's where you charge it right there. This is the bottom. This is the top. I remember on the old batteries, on the other WE, the charging was on top, if I'm correct. And I will show you all how I'm gonna set this up here, but right now I'm showing you all the way that this looks up close. For those who are wondering, there is a film over the screen that I haven't taken off, so I'm gonna leave that there for now. But as you can see, it does come with 2 batteries, which to me is also amazing. That's greatly appreciated. And they're both identical, as you see. So it does come with 2 batteries, and again, which to me, that comes in handy because that gives me a cyclic workflow. So let's say if this one I'm using, I can be charging this one in the background. When this one dies, you get my idea. You can kind of just switch it out and keep switching it out. Let's take a look at the pedal. Now again, this is wireless. This is completely wireless. So this pedal is going to communicate with the batteries back and forth, turning the machine on and off right here. Let me show you the top of the pedal right here. And it is very, very light. It doesn't have much weight to it at all. As you can see, there's a very soft click. I'm not sure if you saw the button come on there. We will go ahead and get more into, you know, connecting this and pairing this, and I'll show you how to do that as well on camera here. But right now, again, I'm just showing you the product up close. Try to just show you as much information on the product as possible, so that way I can help you determine if this is right for you or not. Overall, this is a really nice and lightweight pedal as well. It doesn't feel cheap. It does have a little bit of weight, but it doesn't have a lot of weight, if that makes sense. It is light. I thought it'd be a little bit more heavy than it looked, which is great to me. Let's actually place this right here. As you can see, this is magnetic, and the magnet's strong. The battery won't fly off. It doesn't feel like it's just going to fly off during my session when I'm whip shading or anything like that. So therefore, I've never actually had that problem ever, even with the other WE. I've never had that issue. The WE Plus, I'm sure it's going to be the exact same, if not better. And as you can see though, it's a very solid machine. And this is the total length of it, almost the size of my hand in its entirety. It's a very sleek machine, very, very nice machine. This part right here is very close to home for me, as I do have the WE Plus. I'm sorry, as I do have the XWE. This one's the WE Plus. So that's why it's very close to home for me. But overall, I'm loving the way that this feels right now. Allow me to get more acquainted with the setup, and then I'm gonna go ahead and come back, and then we're gonna set it up together. Now the setup to connect the machine and the pedal to get them working in unison doesn't really seem too hard. As you can see, there's a simple 3 steps right here. It says how to associate pedals with WE Plus machine. You wanna hold the power and up simultaneously until F appears on the screen. So as you can see, now we have the F appearing right there. And then what you're gonna wanna go ahead and do is step 2, it says, then press the foot pedal several times continuously. Time interval should be greater than 0.5 seconds until the F disappears. So let's try it. So I'm assuming we are now connected. And then turn on the machine again. You can use the wireless pedal to control the machine. So let's go ahead and see if that's true. Yes, I can. As you can see, if I hold it down, it's definitely working, and it's really that easy. So that's not hard at all. As you can see, I had no issues setting it up. Let me go ahead and actually raise the voltage a little bit more. Let's put it at 7.5. Let me actually put a needle cartridge in there so that way we can push the actual needle here. So I'm gonna use a quill round mag. Let me show you all. And that's awesome. The response time is swift. There's really no lag. So if I'm tattooing, it does feel like I'm using a clip cord. It doesn't feel, it doesn't have a major lag that I'm not happy with at all. This is actually very, very nice. This is actually very responsive as well, as you can see. As you can see, it's super responsive for those who are curious. Let me see if I can get close and do this together here. You can see the response time. I just wanted to go ahead and show you all that up close for those who are curious. I'm sure some of you all were curious about that. So what I would do is I would just wrap this up with like some saran wrap and then just place it in my station and I'm ready to go. Make sure that the pedal's charged prior. But overall, as you can see, it's very easy to set up and it's super responsive, no issues whatsoever. So it does state that when the foot pedal is connected to the machine, press the foot pedal to start the machine, release to stop. That is the setup here. That's exactly how I would want it to be honest. But at first glance, right now, I'm very, very impressed with this machine right now. I'm very impressed with the feel. I'm very impressed with the setup and the responsiveness from the battery to the wireless pedal. This machine is truly wireless, but not only that, having the ability to stop the machine when running is a big deal for safety, and just because for multiple reasons, it may even save battery and we may get through a longer session with one battery over having it continuously running. I also wanted to circle back over to the disassociation part for the pedal for those who are actually curious. Now, the instructions may be a little bit off right here. As you can see, this arrow should be down. So what you're gonna wanna do is you wanna power down your machine. And then once you have it powered down, you're gonna wanna hold the down button and the power button until a C appears. And then once you do that, you want to press this button several times until the C disappears. As you can see, if we turn the machine back on, there's no association. So if you're trying to connect, it's up. If you're trying to disconnect, it's down. Just remember that. So what comes inside here, let's find out. So as you see, we have a charging cable, which is great. You're gonna need that. And then in here, it looks as though we have some O-rings, some tools here, and then we have different stroke wheels. I am going to switch out to this 4mm stroke right here, as that's what I personally want to use. I believe it's equipped with a 3.5 right now, but for me, I like 4 for lining, and I could do great stippling with that 4. So I'm actually going to switch it out. I may end up doing that here on camera with you all. Okay, so real quick, before we get to the stroke wheel here and change that out, I want to show you all, disinfecting would be super simple. You could just simply wipe the entire body down with like some Opticide wipes. But as you can see, there's a seam right here, and you could actually remove the grip as well and autoclave this. And you can autoclave the grip, not the body. We don't want to autoclave anything with circuits or components. So this is the part that we can autoclave right here, as you can see. And then you can just wipe all of this down with Opticide wipes. Should you wipe any of this lubricant off, be sure to add some more on your end. But this is the build of the machine as well. This gives me a good opportunity to show it to you all. Disinfecting made easy as well. Just, you know, again, autoclave this and then wipe this down accordingly. Make sure that you do get in there as well. Just wipe down as well. You want to be mindful of that upon tattooing as well and cleaning up. I think if you're mindful, you'll be all right. Now, moving front, as you can see, putting the grip back on is very simple, very straightforward. Now let's go ahead and get to the stroke wheel here. Now the stroke wheel is housed connected to here. So you want to remove this part. So if you have the grip side on your left, you're gonna wanna turn it with your right hand turning towards you, as you see, like so. Kind of try and grab this area and then turn it. And that's how you can remove the area that you need to gain access to the eccentric wheel. As you see, it's right there. And again, I believe this one is the 3.5, if I am correct. We're gonna switch it out to that 4. And to do that, it's very easy. As you can see, it even gives you instructions on how to do that, and it is kind of step-by-step, simple. As you can see, you have everything there. Pay attention to installation position, which is gonna be right here. I'm gonna show you the slot right here, and I'm gonna show you all where we're gonna wanna line that up here. So I'm going to grab the 4, and then I'm going to grab the appropriate side, I think it's going to be this one right here, the smaller one. Could be wrong, we're going to check it out though. So as you can see in here, there's a little spacing there. What you're going to want to do is you have this little screw, you're going to want to take the smaller tool there, and then you're going to want to hold the wheel. As you see, you kind of just have to fiddle with it right there. You don't need it all the way to come out, you just kind of need to lift it up a little bit so that way you don't lose that tiny screw. And then when that comes out, I'm going to grab this and then just screw that back in there because I don't want to lose that. I'm going to place this off to the side over here, and I'm going to clean off my gloves. Then we're going to want to grab that 4mm, as you can see right there. We're going to want to grab that one, and then the same thing, as you can see, it has that screw, and you're going to want to loosen it up to insert it on to the WE. Now on this, you're going to notice that little socket right there is where you're going to want to line that screw up with per the instructions. So to do so, how I typically do is I just kind of put it on there like so to get it on, and I line it up so the socket is going to go this way with my screw there. Bear with me, just gotta be patient with it. Perfect. And then I'm gonna tighten this up, leaving that gap there per the instructions. As you see, there is that gap. Now the original one, I don't believe the original one had that big of a gap right there, but as you can see, you do need a slight little gap. So mine may be a little too high. In that case, if you feel that way, you can lower just a little and tighten it up. I feel right there is perfect. And that's simply how you would change out the eccentric wheel, just like that. You don't want to over tighten this and then strip it, you know, just make sure it's comfortably tightened to where it's not going to push down upon the friction going up and down. And that's literally it. From here, you're going to repeat that process in reverse, where you just simply screw it back in. Make sure that you don't strip anything along the way. Tighten that up, and then put the battery back on. So as you can see, it's that easy, no issues at all, no complications, very straightforward. The needle depth, and needle depth is also easy to adjust. Let me show you all here. As you can see, so we have some needle hanging right there. And to adjust is by simply turning this right here, the needle depth area, as you see. And that's a lot, that's way too much, and more than I'll ever need. Right around here is probably where I'm gonna be, as you see. Somewhere around there, maybe give or take a little. That seems about right too. So as you see, adjusting needle depth is not hard at all. Allow me to go ahead and get into wrapping the WE Plus here, and then we're gonna get into testing out the performance of this machine. Now, wrapping the machine, for me, these sort of pin style machines have always been easy. Here is a plastic sleeve, also from CNC. And I'm literally gonna use this, and this is pretty nifty because it already has a hole for the cartridge on the other end. And I'm just going to simply slide it on through. And there you will see I have a complete barrier around the machine. I could even get like if this was a real session, I'm gonna get like saran wrap and put it around here, of course. But you get the idea. Wrapping it is super, super simple. It's not complicated at all. I'm actually going to put the grip around like so, like I typically do, just to add a little bit more grip to the machine. I don't want to add too much, but I don't want it to be too thin. This size alone is a good size, but I prefer a bigger grip just to provide me with a bit more stability. To each their own. As you can see though, we're well on our way here. I'm pulling, making sure this is going to stay like so. So if this was a true performance, like where if I'm gonna be doing this on human skin, I would still approach it with this to hold that adhesive. However, I'm also going to approach it with the saran wrap like I stated, and I'm also going to wrap that pedal up as well. So I figure if people are going to be doing their research and avidly looking for machines to invest into, then I might as well really take my time for you all and show you all and not rush, because I know some people may see me as I just ramble or talk way too much. But again, when it comes to investments, I don't really feel that way. I don't feel like I can talk too much, and I have to remember that from time to time. So as you can see, we have a full wrap around the entire machine. That's how I'm going to do it. Let me actually turn the machine on. And as you can see though, for those who may be curious as far as, you know, not being able to see the interface, you can see it just fine. And there's only 3 buttons, so it's really hard to get confused. So you have the down, down, up, up right there, and then the power in the middle, as you can see. So this is how I would go about actually, you know, wrapping it upon tattooing, just like this, because as you can see, the cling wrap really stuck there. And the same thing with this. I wouldn't even need this at that point. As you can see, the cling wrap did a fantastic job, and there's multiple layers there. And for the pedal, I'm going to approach it the exact same way. I'm going to just grab some of the cling wrap, and I'm going to just kind of wrap it around like so. I kind of want to leave like some area for some breathing room somewhere, you know, along the way, but I do want to put a couple layers of plastic just in case it's over there sliding around the floor. I don't want that plastic to tear or anything, or to break there upon the session. So as you can see, that's exactly how I would wrap the pedal. I know it's not pretty, to some it may be excessive. However, I'd rather be safe than, you know, you get my drift. But the idea, that's how we are going to wrap them. That's the appropriate way that I would actually go about doing so. Very simple, very straightforward, but highly effective. And then you just simply grab the remaining, you know, saran wrap and kind of like so. Really cool, really straightforward, and now it's completely wrapped. So we have a wireless pedal ready to rock. We are now ready to go. So I'm going to bring you again to the side here, and we are going to test out the performance of the CNC-WE Plus. Now for this right here, I'm going to be using a Rain 005 round liner, as you can see right there. And when I press the pedal, it feels great. It feels like most pedals that I've used. It feels solid. I can feel the click. I'm running at 7.5 volts, and I'm using that 4mm wheel there, as you saw me change earlier. I'm getting used to it. As you can see though, the pedal is really responsive. I do feel like this is just a traditional setup. However, it's not. It's wireless. There's no wire hanging over me. But overall, as you can see though, the machine is definitely packing a punch as well. As you can see here. This machine packs a punch. It's kicking nice. So you can see that right off the bat, having the ability to not have that continuous run mode, like, you know, having the ability to turn it off like that just by picking up my foot is amazing, and that provides me with another level of safety there, I feel, upon tattooing, and for anyone really. Even with this delicate of a line, I'm able to get nice lines, as you can see right there. What I think we should do is I'm going to flip this skin around right here, and we should push different, you know, round shaders, and then we should like pack some black, and then just see what this machine is capable of, because clearly it can line, and it lines well. I'll add at that. I mean, every one of these lines that didn't have issues, that would be a one pass line if it was on human skin as well. So let's actually proceed. Let's flip it over and let's get a round shader going. So right now we're going to test a Rain standard 7 round shader. For me though, with that 4mm stroke wheel, I could really feel the difference at, you know, changing it out as I showed you all earlier in the video. It really does it for me, allowing me to do, you know, one pass lines with ease. Me personally, I would like to hang my needle off a little bit more, which I am going to do right now. Adjusting the needle depth isn't difficult at all on the fly, especially when you need a little bit more needle. See, so now the needle's hanging out a little bit more to my liking, especially with the round shaders. That's perfect. And it really does feel like using a normal, you know, traditional setup with a chord. It's real responsive. It's not laggy or finicky or glitchy at all either. It doesn't feel that way. I didn't know what to expect at first, but yeah, this definitely doesn't feel like that. It's just responsive. It just works. It's just very straightforward, effective. So you can use the WE Plus with the pedal and without. So let's say you forget to charge the pedal, then you could still use your machine. It's not like you need the pedal to run the machine. But having the pedal does make all the difference, I feel. As you see though, pushing round shaders, not an issue. Consistent back to back to back, nice, complete, bold, saturated lines. One thing that I would like to do with you all here is let's pack some black. I do have a mag available right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack some black, but I don't think a 4 would be ideal. A 4, you know, stroke would be ideal for packing black. However, I'm going to try and be gentle, and we're going to see how that turns out. And I'm also going to drop it down to 6.5, my voltage. I think since it's able to do nice saturated lines, the idea may apply to packing black, as you see, because I thought it'd be a bit more difficult and or more traumatic, but it feels natural to me upon packing black. As you can see, it's really nice, depending on what you're using, you know, what stroke and your technique, all that matters, of course. But overall, I can say on my end, it definitely is capable of packing black. What I want to do is I want to drop this machine as well down to the lowest voltage, which is 5 volts if I'm correct. Yeah, so the lowest voltage is 5 and the highest, if I'm correct, was 11 or 13. Don't quote me. We'll go ahead and check here in a bit. So I'm able to get nice textures as well. as you see though, it's great. It runs nice, it runs smooth, like no issues at all. And that's just from my experience right now, just kind of, you know, mildly dabbly, you know, just playing with it here on the fly with you all. As you see, like it's doing what I want it to do. I'm very excited to finish this tattoo, but I don't want to take up the entire time doing just a line tattoo, you know, when I can kind of do a little bit and demonstrate a little bit more with some different cartridges like we did to get the points across here. So I feel with this mild demonstration that really kind of illustrates the point right now. From me, I kind of knew and anticipated that this was going to exceed my expectations just because I have a lot of experience with the original or the first version, the WE. This is the WE Plus. Both of them are fantastic. Both of them do what I need them to do. I do love their truly wireless capabilities. However, the WE Plus definitely takes the cake with that wireless ability. As you can see, it's giving me that old traditional feel. This machine right here feels like a more updated and advanced version of the WE, and that's just how it feels overall to me. At this current moment, I'm giving this machine right here a thumbs up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up and a 5 stars. If it had more thumbs, I'd give it more thumbs up, but it's gonna be a definite 2 thumbs up for me and a 5 stars for the CNC-WE Plus. It is a fantastic machine overall. It's definitely gonna be capable of lining, shading, if you're gonna need a pack, color, whatever it is that you're going to need to do or throw at it, it's going to be completely capable of doing that. If I'm correct, we do get the 3mm stroke wheel, we get the 3.5 and the 4. The choice is up to you. You get my drift. Overall though, I could highly recommend this machine, and for multiple reasons, more than I would like to list here, as I've already demonstrated, you know, multiple aspects on this machine. Easy to maintain, easy to sterilize, easy to set up, truly wireless, very powerful machine, can handle anything that I can throw at it. Now, if I did touch base on anything specific at any point throughout this video, let's say if you have a question about something that you saw throughout anything in this video, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. I'm going to do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you're not, be sure to go ahead and give me a follow on social medias, as I do have social medias all under the same name at Daniel Yuck. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok all under Daniel Yuck, DanielYuck. I would truly appreciate the support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me and ring that bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this. Thank you for tuning in yet again. You all have a great day.